All right, so let me explain what the mean high tide water line is. Now, I could be wrong, and I will gladly, if somebody wants to explain it to me differently, I will accept that, but this is what everything I understand about it, the mean high tide line is. Mean is the average, right? So they do it between, in 20-year gaps. The last one was 1980 to 2000. They took all the tides and measured where the highs and the lows were, right? And they're working on another one now for 2000 to 2020, but that's not going to be out till 2025. So until then, they're going off the 1980 to 2000 records of tides. So if you look here, this is based on the next one, maybe. These are just made up numbers, but it's to show how this works. Say these are the rocks on Pointer Rocks, right? And the high tide now will come up and hit those rocks. I see it. It happens. High tides will come up and hit the rocks down towards the end out there at Shell Beach. These are, mansions. Then they have these private property signs out there in the middle of the sand. So let's say that in 2000, the high tide came right here to this bottom pink line a lot. And then 2010, it was up here. And then 2020 is up here. Now imagine that for every year that there's a bunch of pink lines here about where the high tide generally was. You take the average of all of those, and that is your mean high water line. So it'd be somewhere like where that blue one is. And this right here is your mean low water line. The tide comes to here and stops. That's low tide, right? 2000, 2010, 2020, all the years in here, we'd have a bunch of pink lines right here, and you take the average, the mean, and that is your mean low water line, excuse me. So Sarasota County, where is it? If you're gonna enforce the law, tell me where it is, because while I'm out there, both the officer and this dumbass dude that's a hired security guard are telling me that I have to be at wherever the water line is. The officer had the gall to tell me, stay in the water and you'll be fine. Just stay in the water. Well, what if the water's up here, or what if the water's down here? So when the water's up here, I can stand right there, but when the water's not there, I can't stand there? That doesn't make any sense. None. Zero. So tell me where that line is. Otherwise, I'm going to go by this, because I went out there when it was a negative tide. It's one of the lowest tides of the year, and I stood right by the water, and I put my stuff right in front of this sign here, in this area that is covered by water most of the damn day. That's why I'm pissed. So somebody tell me why I'm wrong here, and I will accept it and back off of this. But that makes no sense to me, what they said, and you'll see it in this video. Okay, so it's almost high tide. It's about 2 feet higher than it was last night. You can see some people down there hanging out. Probably not residents. Last night I was way on the outside of these signs down here at low tide, negative low tide. I did have my poles leaning against one of them, so I guess that means something. But that asshole was standing right here when I walked right here, and badgered me. And then I was standing in the water way down there.
Okay, sir, do you know the property?
High tide, median high tide line. Yes, sir.
High tide line, right?
Yep. Why are you messing with me, man? Leave me alone.
No. The high tide line was at 11 a.m. earlier.
Yeah.
It's actually the high water line.
What?
The high water line.
No, it's the median high tide line. I know the law. Who are you? And why are you harassing me? I'm going to call FDBC if you don't leave me alone. You're not allowed to harass fishermen.
Go ahead.
Do you live here?
Go ahead.
Is your house here?
Go ahead, sir.
I'm not going to call him. Just leave me alone. I'm not doing anything.
Letting you know that is not in the water, and that's trespass.
Okay, then call the cops. I don't care. I know the law, dude. I've lived here a long fucking time. Leave me alone.
I'm letting you know. I'm advising you.
Okay, I've been advised.
If it's not in the water, then it's trespass.
It's the median high tide line. I know the law, dude. I've been fishing here for it's the median.
High tide line. It's the high water line.
No, it's not. It's the median high tide line. I know the statute. I'll pull it up.
Okay, please.
Why do I owe you this? Are you a cop?
No.
Who are you?
I'm security for this property.
Okay.
Would you like me to prove it to you?
No, I believe you're security. That's fine.
Okay, no,
But I'm
saying about the high.
How are you going to prove it to me?
I'll show you a photograph
Of
the high water line.
I don't care where the high water line is. Show me the law that says that. I've read the law. It says the median high tide line.
Okay, well the law's changed in 2018. Just letting you know, man.
Will you show me where they changed?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
If you want to come out of the water and take a look, I'll show you the picture.
Okay.
Camera catching it.
What's that picture of? Where's that picture from?
From Florida. This is the Florida
The mean
guidelines.
high
okay?
water line.
Right there. Okay. So
Okay.
all this is the property line, which goes right out to the high water line, not the high tide line.
The
Understand?
mean high water line. That's not
Right.
where it is at the moment. The mean is the center, the average.
Okay, but
over years.
Where are we right now? What is this?
This is almost low tide, and I'm
Okay,
on the edge of it.
So this is the high water line.
The mean high water line. Do you know what that means? The mean high water. Do you know what mean is?
Yeah, that's where it is right
No,
now. It
mean
changes
is
every
the
minute.
average. It's in the middle. It's the
No.
middle of it over a certain amount of years. Okay, well then call the
Okay,
police.
you know what?
Go ahead, man.
Advise, I just want to let you know, man.
Okay, thank you.
That's the law.
All right.
Oh, okay. But you had
I was down on the line.
altercation
Yeah, I'm
Where
not
were
an
you?
altercation. I was very peaceful with the guy. I was on the line, like on the water line.
on the water line.
Yes, sir. I know my law. Like I wait for negative tides. I stay on the water line. I've been here a long time. I actually have it all on camera too. Like I record everything.
Yeah, unfortunately we get this call.
I know. I've never seen this guy before though,
Our job is to respond here,
Yes, sir.
talk to you,
and I'll be respectful
and
in
we're also
anything you
gonna
need.
talk to him.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is, you said you were just on the water line.
Yeah, right at the line. Mhm.
At the water line. Okay. And then he what happened? He came to you.
He came to me. He said you have to be at the high water line. So what he was explaining to me is like wherever the line is at that time. I'm trying to explain to him, no, it says the mean high water line. Like we're looking at the same thing. I'm like, do you know what mean is? That's like the average in the middle. And he didn't seem to grasp that. He said wherever the water line is where I have to be in the water.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty close to the water as he was walking by, and
Both ways.
The guy over here just like couldn't even cross the line and went to him kind of aggressively.
I honestly was going to call you out for him harassing me. He wouldn't leave me alone.
Here, you can't cross this line, and then he just stayed on his own way, walked all the way down there.
Thank you, sir.
And there's a guy in the
And
hat.
that's him.
Yeah.
This guy
He
in the
says he's
hat, this
security,
guy-
but he didn't show me any
yeah,
credentials or
that
anything.
gentleman right there followed him all the way down and kind of yelled at him the whole time.
It was really
Aggressive.
frustrating.
It wasn't
It
like,
was him.
Yeah.
It was him,
Mhm.
okay. It wasn't like,
No.
it was-
And I told him to leave me alone and he wouldn't, which was really frustrating. But again, I've got all of it on camera too if we need to look at it.
1074 for now. Dispatch 1071 to my location.
I'd rather just leave though if he's
Yeah.
let's let it
10-4
go.
in reference to what? White female. Non-conscious breathing.
Oh shoot.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk to him, but you can definitely fish here.
Oh, I know. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is a public area. You can definitely fish here. That line, we don't cross over. You can definitely stay on the water.
Right.
Nobody can stop you, even if he, he's pushing you. You can still sit there and say,
Yes, sir.
you want to call 911, call 911.
I only went to
I'll
come here
just
for like
be
5
sitting.
minutes. It's just really frustrated me.
3332 is at Long Meadow and Honore.
Do you have your ID on you?
It's in my truck. I can grab it.
No, you can stay in your truck.
Okay.
Please don't leave. I'm gonna.
I won't leave.
talk to him, and then
Okay.
I'll come and talk.
Sounds good. Thanks,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. So you have your ID card,
Yeah,
and you give me your phone number.
sure. It's area code.
Mm.
$5331 units at Long Meadow and Honore 1074.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
So everything is okay now.
Yes, sir.
He wants to trespass you from that property.
Okay.
So which means that in the future, just don't go to his part of the property. Don't be like on the sand.
8311 1074.
Can you help me
1074, 106.
understand? Like I've
Yeah.
read over and over, it's the mean high tide line, which is
Correct.
not, which is
So
at
you
low
can
tide is going to
be-
be in the sand a
So
little
you
bit.
can be in the water. When the water is present there, you can be in the water.
Okay.
And he showed me your backpack, everything.
Yeah, right,
was,
right there though. But
it appeared like it was.
I thought it was
on his,
but his property is this one here, right?
Yeah.
I was way down there.
Oh,
I wasn't even right here. I was way down there. But also, I swear I read it's the mean high tide line, which means it's the average high tide line. It's not the low, it's not the high. It's there, it's the line. But I mean, I'm not gonna mess with them.
yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't, just fish here.
Okay.
I'll just go to another place and fish there. I would, fish here. There are plenty of places where you can.
I know. I bounced around a lot. I stopped here for a minute because the storm wasn't here.
Would you please put your name here?
Yeah.
Your address here, your date of birth, your 6, and
What am I signing?
And then you're signing trespassing. What that means is that.
Am I getting charged with something?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. So he wants you not to return to his property in the future.
Gotcha.
So if you do return to his property and we see it on the camera that you're actually there, not on the water,
Then I get in
but you're
trouble.
there,
Okay.
then you get arrested.
Okay.
Yeah. But right now, absolutely nothing.
Okay.
You can do that the same. So if he were in your area and you're like, you know what, I want to trespass this guy from my property,
Right.
you could do
I get it.
that the
I
same.
get it. I just, as far as I understand, it's not his property at the mean high tide line.
Yeah. So even if you're there, I mean, if you sign this,
I don't feel like going to court and fighting it.
Yeah. If you're in water, it shows us picture and it's in water, nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing. It's not like you're gonna sign this. You get there. We're gonna.
I got it. I
It's
understand.
just specifically
Yes,
that
sir.
private area for him.
Okay.
So you're gonna put name here, the person warned, and then you're gonna sign here, date here.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see how you write.
Well, I signed it and that was it. I try to be as respectful as I can with these officers. But that it's really, really frustrating that they won't take the time to learn it's almost like they know, they just avoid talking about it, right? I guess I know the mean high tide line is a bit hard to place in the moment, but they need to do that. Otherwise, what just happened here is not okay. I mean, I was perfectly abiding by the law from every angle I can understand this thing. I was abiding by the law. So if somebody can prove me wrong, that's fine. And again, I will accept it. But this ain't right at all.